Listen. I need to embark on this here awesome, because we about to take it to another level, man.
Another level.
See, I had to infuse a little. I had to, with men, man. When we have our kids, man, we especially daughters, man. We just. So I had to like. Prior to me putting this camera on, I had to like just really solve it up, man, because you know how we get, man. We get jello running, man. You understand? So
he was just saying to me, "Don't daughters melt you."
Oh man.
Yes, man. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm gonna give y'all a little brief history on me. I'm at Hoffa. I made World Star countless amount of times. I done did all types of terrible things in the streets. I done did horrible things to people. You know what I'm saying? Not glorifying.
Right.
But to let you understand, when I'm around my daughters, look, man, I'm the biggest sucker in the world. Biggest sucker in the world. And we was just talking about that.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Biggest sucker in the world,
so,
man. Like whatever you want.
Yeah.
Look, let me tell you something. My daughter's almost 2. She just put her hand in my pocket. I'm like, hey.
Yeah. I didn't believe
take
that.
Whatever you want. You're
Listen,
2 years old. Just take whatever you want.
We might have to edit that. Just that daddy's moment right there. Just edit that. I'm gonna throw that out. But let me tell you something, man. We gonna move forward, right? But listen, I didn't understand the essence, right, and the overall, right, of defining daddy's little girl until I had one, man.
But you know what's ill about it is as a father, you teach your daughters to love without having sex. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
and that's why y'all know a lot of times you hear, oh, this chick got daddy issues or this, that, and the third. She out here sleeping with this one, that. It's because they identify that with sex because they never had a man in their life that would love them without that.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So like, when you have a daughter, it's like you're coaching her for the world. Women are the mothers. They're like the first god to babies. So depending on what kind of woman you raise or you raise your baby girl into, they have a control over the future, over who's gonna take over when we all gone.
Word.
You know what I mean? So the impact that you have on a daughter, I mean, boys, I grew up without my father. I think I turned out pretty okay. I mean, I know I went through my little
life happens,
and all. I know it happens. But as far as how I am with my sons, they're good.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing missing there. But with daughters, it takes so much because you're raising a queen.
But how, what's so amazing about that, right, is that, you got the boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the daughter, you try every aspect of life, right, to be the ultimate protector. Like, if you're having problems with the moms, no, listen, I don't want nobody around my daughter. Look, you know what I mean? Like, so
it's just different.
It's
you got a different type of fear also.
What?
For your daughters.
What?
For your boys, you're like, he gonna be strong.
Yeah.
For your daughters, you're like, oh no, you're not exposing her to none of that. None of that. It can't happen.
Yo.
It can't happen.
No, man, that's so crazy,
It's just
man.
a different feeling.
Man.
It's a different feeling.
But
they in here with it.
And we're gonna go on, right? But I need to say this. It helps you understand too how society, how we like, once again, you look at the balance, right? Like, you'll tell your boy, he's 15, 16, nah, dad, you go out and chill and shit, you know what I mean? You get a little girl talk with you.
I like the girl.
Yeah, word.
What? Who just call the house?
Right. You see what I'm saying? You thinking early. You could be looking at a movie, right? Your daughters, I ain't gonna lie, man. I used to watch a CSI and all that shit.
Yeah.
Some of that, nah, I ain't watching that rape shit. Nah, I can't, man, because I'm ready to tear the TV up and shit. Nah, man.
Yeah.
So it's just a different feeling, man. So now that just opens us up, man, to this. Oh, man, listen. I've known this bro, man, for years, man. Throughout my DVD days, man. I've watched, right, the roller coaster of growth, right? And one of the greater things that I respect about you, Hoffa, is the fact that longevity is a wallflower. Despite you being a battle rapper, despite you being an artist, there's a lot of artists. Now let's just overall look at the artist aspect of it, right? Mm-hmm. That try to maintain a level of, doing what they do, or sort of fine-tuning their craft.
Okay.
And then just fall from the wayside. You dig what I'm saying? Because of frustration, finances, and so on and so forth.
Sometimes it's life. Sometimes.
Right, but how did you manage it? Within the last 10 years, you remained consistent.
I don't think that anything can happen to me industry-wise that could be worse than the things that I've been through in the streets. So it's like I can deal with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
God just made me. He made me like that. I could deal with it. Even though there were times where things was rocky, and battle rap is like the CIA. You can't let your secrets out.
Right.
So I could be going through the most horrible shit in my life. I can't show them.
And the minute you do, it's part of.
I can't.
Right.
The minute I do, it's part of somebody's material.
Of course.
And with me, that could be potentially dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just got to keep pushing.
Right.
You understand what you're doing it for. Once you lose the love, though, I think that you need to transfer into something else.
So now let's rewind. Let's take it back to the essence, man.
Right.
A lot of people, right, use the battle rap platform as a vehicle, right, to possibly uplift, right?
Because it's not the end or be all.
Right. So now you come out, you've always been this full-fledged artist. Tell me about the embarking of the first joint. Like, where was you at with it? Like, your first battle, and we was talking about something earlier, man.
I mean, but we talking about first battle.
Gotta
go way
we ain't even gonna go way back. I'm just saying that one where that OG hit you like, yo, listen, man.
Look, it really started for me, not just in the streets, because I used to battle dudes like 2 at a time.
Right.
But in those days, it wasn't like you was actually battling that dude and you had written material for him. You just had good rhymes. And y'all would match them up.
Right.
Now your rhymes might be braggadocious, so you shitting on somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that person, while you standing there, you're the somebody.
Right.
Nothing was really personal until we started setting up battles like that. Like me and you, we gonna battle on this day. So I'm gonna come with this little personal thing to talk about you specifically. But before that, it was just you got good rhymes. Okay, then you spit yours, I spit mine, and somehow it would turn into a battle.
So fast forward, right? That first joint where I know we were talking about earlier, you said that the OG was like that.
Right. Okay, so I did Rap War 1.
Right.
I don't know how many people know about this because it never gets brought up in a battle. Never ever gets brought up in a battle. But I had a battle movie that I was a star of. I was the leading role. I played this dude named Daquan. It was an indie film we shot for $5,000. It got picked up by the ABFF. That's the American Black Film Festival. Right. Jeff Friday, he co-signed it, and we met a rep from Maverick, and then they bought the film. They bought it and they licensed it to Stars. So I was already on television for like 3 years before people even knew me in the battle world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why when you watch my Fight Club battles, International P goes, Math, movie star rapper. People don't realize like why is he saying
right. They didn't right.
Because of that movie. So from there, I got a call to be on Smack, and it was to battle T-Rex. I showed up, and Rex showed up, and Rex says that he didn't know the battle was going down. I don't know who's giving me the honest stories.
Right.
And at this point, it don't even matter.
Right.
It's history anyway. So they set me up with Dose, and everybody know how that went. You know what I mean? By the way, the rematch actually has more views than the actual fight.
This guy is a wealth of layers.
Putting it out there.
Layers.
Just putting it out there.
Right.
Okay. All right. After that, I moved on to. I got a call for Solomon.
Right.
Now, when I got the call for Solomon was already on fire in the Fight Club. He was crushing mics. He was crushing.
You gotta give it to him, right?
They didn't see it coming. They saw this white boy waddling with these glasses on, and found out he was Jewish, and they thought he couldn't hang, and he was smoking motherfuckers out their boots. You know what I mean?
I remember clearly.
Smack called 2 other people before me, Mook and Lux. They declined it. They didn't want no parts.
Right.
I said, you know what? After the last situation, this is my opportunity to show people how lyrical I am.
Right.
Just in case you didn't know.
But so let me state this now. Remember now with battle rap, how are you now? How did you like? Cause you now remember you was doing the street stuff, but
now, it was music for me.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So look, when I got the battle,
right,
I called him my OG, Clark Kent. Shout out to Clark Kent. He's from I'm from Crown Heights. He's from Crown Heights.
Right.
He's from the other side of the block. He's from the Union side. I'm from the President's side.
Right.
So I called him up and I was like, yo, what you think, man? You know, they called me about this kid. And he was like, look, you're a great artist. You sure you want to get wrapped up in this battle rap thing? Because that's what he does.
And this is a legend that's telling him this, y'all.
And he was like, you make great music, bro. You could just make a record and be someplace else. I felt like at the time, just like I told you earlier, I'm a tourist.
Right.
So you can't really tell me I can't do something.
Right.
You can't tell me. You know what I mean?
What were you looking for? What now you make this call? What were you anticipating? Like, because you know that blood in you, that total.
I wanted him to say, kill him. I wanted him to be like, yeah, you got this, kill him.
Right.
But once I heard that little bit of doubt, even though he meant well, he was actually dropping jewels like, hello, nobody was getting paid for this shit. Right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's cool to be on Smack. But at the end of the day, my nigga, you could be on television, you could be on MTV,
right,
you could take this route.
Right.
But I didn't hear that. I just heard oh, that's what he does, so I don't do this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, did the battle, beat Solomon. You know, some people say, I don't know, this and the dirt.
Now dig this, right? Once that occurred, right, that shit just opened up. It was like a floodgate of everybody at you now. You know what I mean?
It was
press.
I was the new dude on the scene because for two reasons. I had the momentum of, you know, the what do I want to call this? It's more of a hype because the people that saw the fight, they were like, wow, he's a real street dude. Right. But then when they saw the battle, they was like, wow, he can rap too.
He can rap too, right.
That's not something that usually comes together. There's not many people.
Right.
And usually at that time, the people who were like that were the most popular.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was DMX.
Right.
You know, he from the streets. It was Hov.
Right.
You know, he from the streets. It was Big. It was you know what I mean? Like it was like, you got the makings of what it takes to be one of those guys.
But see now, once again, now you're knee deep in it, right? Because now you however people seen it, you still took down, right? This individual that was on this pedestal. You see what I'm saying? So now, as an artist, right? You say, okay, now I'm doing this. I want to put on a mixtape, right? Right? Now where your mind at? Because now the artist aspect of it.
I dropped the tape. And I ain't gonna front, I got a lot of attention on it, but there was still this stigma,
right?
Because it was fresh off of a couple other battle rappers who got situations and they didn't pan out for whatever reason, whether it was bad business, whether it was bad records, or whatever was bad timing. There was a stigma now created, and it was fresh at that time that these battle rappers can't make songs.
Right.
But it wasn't for somebody who was like, okay, you lived a certain lifestyle, you can explain in the record just like the rest of these dudes, just like X, just like Jay.
Right.
You know, it wasn't that. It was like they were just putting this tag on it.
Right.
Because they tried, specifically at that time, within a span of 2 years, I think about 4 or 5 battle rappers got signed. And they didn't go nowhere.
Right.
So it was like, you know, everybody was on hold.
Right.
Everybody was on hold, and you know what I mean? And I think now it's better because there's a new generation of people coming into those offices, and those are the people who grew up appreciating the professional battle rap field that we created. So they already have a liking to us, and they don't hold that. They're not thinking about the people who came before.
So now let's rewind that, right? So now in that process, right? Because now it's a process.
It's a process.
Because now you're saying, okay, now I'm there. I'm in that lane right now. You dig what I'm saying? Was your the hunger
to stand on the corner and sell 500 mixtapes?
Right, but
just off of people like, yo, you mad 500?
Right. Right. But so was it a gift and a curse for you? Because now
it was a gift and a curse because at the time, and I'm not mad at it because I feel like at that time, the way I was moving, I would have gave the world a totally different message than what you do.
Right, of course.
Know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta live a little bit more.
You seize the moment though.
Right. At that time I was going.
Right.
You know what I mean? I ran into Method Man, I ran into Q-Tip, I ran into legends, Lupe, Nori, whoever, and they didn't hold that in their minds. They were like, yo, let's do a record.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, I grew up watching these dudes.
Right.
And to be able to do something with them musically, it meant that you respect me that much as an MC. You know what I mean? As an artist.
Right.
So it was big, but again, you know.
Did you get signed?
No, I never got signed.
Was there labels at you?
There was SRC was looking pretty hard. I had some people, actually Bimmy Anthony. Bimmy Anthony recently released a story on him on, you know, how he was associated with the Supreme Team and all that. I was at a Cool J video, and one of his artists was in the Cypher along with other artists, and I jumped in the Cypher and I started cooking.
Right.
And then after a while, it was like me and his artist was the only ones going. Like we outlasted everybody else.
Right.
And he tapped me on the shoulder. I didn't know who he was. And he was like, yo, let me holler at you. I was like, yo, give me a second.
Right, You doing
it right. I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Then somebody else pulled me to the side like, yo, that's Bimmy Anthony. You better go holler.
But when you in your zone,
I was in the zone. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's about when you love something, that's when you do it. If you feel like you don't love what you're doing, don't do it. Stop doing it. You know what I mean? If you gotta feed your family or whatever, but find a way outside of it because it starts to show. But at the time, I loved it. So something like that was like, okay. I went to Bimmy. I think when I was younger, I was a little immature.
Right, of course. Right.
I was a little immature, so I didn't understand. I was real cocky.
Right.
I felt like that's how I had to be.
Yeah, I experienced that a few times.
You know what I mean? But I feel like I feel like, you know, that cockiness kind of turned people off because it was like, okay, this nigga coming out the street, he's cocky.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in no potential situation. I'm not saying Bimmy was.
No, we're not saying
but Bimmy was like, he doesn't understand what's going on yet. Right. Like, you do that, but once you get over here, it's entertainment.
Right.
It's not what you do all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't take this blessing and then turn up out there.
So let me ask you this. With battling, right? And you still saying, I still want to remain this artist that puts out music. Do you think that curse, and I'm not saying curse in a bad way, but the fact that you battle rap, right?
I don't think it exists anymore. I think they're honestly just waiting for the right person. I feel like I'm the right person. Not to match me up with anybody else, but I just feel like I got more pieces to do it than a lot of other people.
Yeah, but are you frustrated with battle rapping now?
In a way, because after, you know, I've been in this for like a dime.
Yeah, man.
Like a dime. And I feel like there's so much more I want to say to the world other than this motherfucker's corny. This motherfucker's what? He's not real. I could be saying so much more. You know what I mean?
But is it finances that keep you going back?
It was. At one point, I was chasing the bag.
Right.
But again, follow my battle career, you can see where I loved it. You can see where I didn't.
And you did right.
And you see that with other battle rappers, where you see like people who've had phenomenal performances in the past, just taking a bag and kind of showing up unprepared. Or
give me a battle. Give me a battle. You know what? Let me say this. I've seen, don't get it twisted, no disrespect, I've seen multiple artists, right, that I've had relationships with, able to call, and I've seen that cockiness, right? Which, okay, that is what it is. We street dudes, you dig what I'm saying? We transition, but we feeling that wave right now, you dig?
Right.
When you was in that cocky zone, when you roasting, was there a time when you went to a battle and said, you know what, I lost?